It's come to the time of the night that we're all excited for, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Ensemble Vim and Spark. So Vim's mission has always been ignite the spark, unite the arts, because we believe that when all the arts come together, we can make better change. So as we near the 5th season, the end of the 5th season for Ensemble Vim, we started a little process of reflecting and thinking about the things we enjoy doing, the things we find most meaningful doing. And we think about our collaborations over the 5 years with poet and spoken word artist Ashley Hayes, with Dance ATL, with artist Hannah Allen, with Mocha, with the Museum of Design Atlanta, all these things, and we realized that actually we really like bringing people together and doing these things. So to do more of it, we decided to make a festival called Spark and bring the arts together a little bit more. So with that, we think that it is good for all the arts to come together here in Atlanta because we have rich, fertile ground for all of this. And so Spark came to be in our minds and we started working on this idea. However, it is not really possible to do this without help from friends. And today I would like to thank Susan Antinori and the Antinori Foundation for helping support our work, especially this Spark initiative. So thank you, Susan. So Spark also grew out from an initiative that Ensemble Vim had called the Composer Fellowship, in which Ensemble Vim supports one composer fellow each year to create a work that they want to create in collaboration with us. We provided mentorship, workshops, readings, and it usually culminates in a performance, and that will be toward the end when we hear Ryan's piece, which is a Ensemble Vim Composer Fellowship product. So that is something to look forward to even after we announce everyone's for Spark. So, when we thought of Spark, we thought of the idea of connecting composers with various artists, and we are thinking that Spark will start with visual artists, move to dancers, and other forms of art as we cycle through all the different arts. And today I would like to also thank the Museum of Contemporary Art Georgia, who is excited to partner with us on our crazy little project. So thank you so much, Mocha, Georgia. So Mocha Georgia has a working artist project, which you had heard Annette talk about earlier, and the 3 chosen artists for this first round of Spark is chosen from the Working Artist Project. So without further ado, I'm going to announce the 3 Working Artist Projects and artists who are working with Spark composers. The first artist is Martha Whittingham. Martha, we're saying hi. So Martha Whittington is a sculptor who creates thought-provoking installations that explore intersection of form, function, and memory. Through her art, she prompts audiences to reconsider the relationships between material and the narratives they present. Martha is a professor of foundation studies at SCAD. Our second artist is Kelly Taylor Mitchell. Kelly is unfortunately not able to come today, but Kelly is a multidisciplinary artist whose practice centers oral history and ancestral memory, real and imagined, woven into the fabric of African diaspora. Her work is deeply invested in labor-intensive making, slowness, and homespun passed-down processes. Working across printmaking, papermaking, performance, book arts, and textiles, Kelly is an assistant professor of art and visual culture at Spelman College. Thank you. And the last artist is Alan Z. Alan's work poignantly conveys the emotional disconnection, loneliness, and and spiritual awakening rooted in Buddhist philosophy experienced by contemporary individuals. His unique perspective bridges the cultural divide and offers a compelling narrative on the human condition transcending traditional boundaries. Alan is a professor of art at Clayton State College. Alan, say hi.
You've heard now about the 3 visual artists. These artists are going to be paired with 3 composers, and they're going to have the better part of a year to work on a project together that you'll have to come back for in February 2025. The composers had to work a little harder to be part of this project. We did a national call for composers and had 126 people apply for this project from all across the United States. And we had a 2-round adjudication process to cull it down to 3. The first round was 100% blind and anonymous, and these were our 3 adjudicators. These are 3 composers who live throughout the United States and compose a variety of styles. They come from a variety of different backgrounds. We wanted to have as many different perspectives as possible in narrowing this very diverse field of people we received. They culled it down to about 10 or 12 sort of candidates, and then the 4 core leaders of VIM, Emily, Choo-Choo, me, and Nicole Frankel, we narrowed it to 3. So these 3 know who they are, but they've been keeping their mouths shut for a couple of weeks until this evening. So they're going to be allowed to post this to their friends on social media after tonight. So I'm very pleased to announce the 3 composers for this first cycle of Spark. The first composer is Chelsea Lowe. We're very excited about Chelsea's music, and I will say that VIM's mission is to support composers from the Southeast, and we did a national call, but she actually worked in South Carolina and just got a professorship in North Carolina, so she's kind of in our Southeast area. As you can read, her interests are rooted in emotion, humanity, and nature. The second composer is also coincidentally from the Southeast, and in fact from Atlanta, and in fact I believe he's here tonight. Hey, Ophir. We really weren't expecting, we didn't know where the composers were going to be from, so it was very exciting that a local made it to the top 3. Ophir is a sound-based artist, composer, improviser, and songwriter. And the third composer is Jun Young Will Kim. He goes by Will. He has lived in Canada, United States, and Germany. He currently lives in Germany. And I will say that these 3 composers have very different styles. They come from very different backgrounds, and so it's a pretty eclectic bunch. And now Choo-Choo's going to talk about the pairings and announce these pairings.
All right, we had our work cut out for us because I spoke with my VIM colleagues about, oh, who could you see pairing, which artist with which composer? And all 4 of us had different ideas of who would make good pairings, and then I met with Stacy at Mocha GA, and Stacy had a completely different arrangement as well. So what I took from this was that any combination of artists and composers could yield really interesting and exciting results. But ultimately, we came up with these pairings. And if you want to know our process, you can ask us after the show. But I kind of like, I'm very excited to see what they come up with. So, without further ado, the first pairing will be Ophir and Alan. You guys and then next up we have Kelly and Chelsea. And last but not least, Jun Young and Martha. So, this coming Saturday on Zoom, all 6 of the composers and artists and then the core women will have our first meeting of the minds. So it's very exciting, and I hope you tune in to social media. We'll be posting things along the way and the process of it all. Because the other important part of this project is that we really want to focus on the process of creating the artwork over the final outcome. Of course, the destination is fun too, but sometimes the journey can be just as rewarding. So we really want to highlight that.